Hello everyone, Swordsman here for another episode of Swordsman's Soapbox, and let's talk a little bit about the Battlefield 3 beta. I remember it like it was yesterday. I guess it was kind of yesterday that it ended, but moving on. The beta has quite a bit of mixed emotions with me. Good, bad, meaningless sometimes. But yeah, it was the long-awaited, highly touted, overhyped, eagerly anticipated event that has been long in the making. People have been talking about this particular beta for over a year now. It's hard to believe, I know, but remember, back in September and everything of last year, it was made clear that if you bought Medal of Honor, you were going to be getting into this exclusive, amazing beta opportunity that just for buying Medal of Honor, you were going to be so special and unique. You had to buy Medal of Honor if you were going to be a true Battlefield 3 fan and everything. The timing of it, I think, could have been perfect. I think, even though the timing came later than some people wanted, I think that ultimately it was good, you know. Gears of War 3 had released. It had its moment to shine with all of its reviews that were being praised on it. The Call of Duty XP thing had come and gone and mostly died down from all the hype from that. There really was not much going on in the gaming world when this thing actually kicked off. All eyes across the world were on Battlefield 3's beta. Gamers were excited for it. They were revved up. They were hungry to get in there and test this game that they've been long looking forward to. But in the end, the bases were loaded. It was the bottom of the ninth. They could have dazzled everybody, but all they did was they bunted down the third baseline and left millions of players gasping, wondering if it's going to roll foul or stay fair. And that's really such a shame. The opportunity was there for this thing to have been absolutely amazing. You can play the blame game all you want with who you want to allot the blame to, whether you want to put most of it on Microsoft, whether you want to put it more on EA if it was EA's doing, if you want to put some of the blame on DICE, but ultimately it was just such a missed opportunity, and I bet the guys at EA and DICE are really wishing they could have a do-over. If they knew then what they have learned now, I bet they could have really prepared and hit this one out of the park instead of having that little dribbler of a bunt roll down the foul line, you know? But what can you do, you know? Despite my frustrations with part of the beta, I am grateful for it. I'd like to thank DICE and EA for having this beta. I certainly understand now even more why such big games really don't have betas. I mean, once you step out of certain PC games, like say MMOs and Diablo-esque and StarCraft-esque type things, there's really not a lot of betas in gaming anymore, especially not open ones. And I think we really learned a lot of the reasons for why there isn't so many of those that go on in gaming as of late. But, you know, we did learn a lot about the game we are eagerly anticipating. I am grateful for that knowledge, both good and bad, you know, to have a a better understanding of what I can prepare for and what I need to be ready for when it comes to the game going live. Ooh, I thought I was going to get a Thales tags. Damn it. Anyway. But yeah, you know, it could have been something special, but ultimately I don't think it was. And I'd like to put a lot of that blame on the Microsoft, personally. I think they really put EA and DICE into a bind when they rejected the first beta package. Now, they have not officially said what was in that beta package, but I can't possibly imagine that the state that Metro was in is what they intended to release all along. I cannot wrap my head around that the guys at DICE said, you know what, this is good enough, let's use this. I just can't possibly imagine them wanting that to be their first impression, their first hello world moment for Battlefield 3, when there was going to be millions of gamers getting a look at this game for possibly the first time and maybe the only time, sadly. things could have gone a lot better. I know it left a lot of the console players feeling much more angry and I guess jaded when it came to, once again, it seemed like the PC players were getting the benefits that the console guys were getting left out of, rather. I know if I would have only had access to the console, I would have been a lot more pissed about not being able to play Caspian Border. But the fact that I was able to play Caspian Border salvaged a lot of my beta experience. It really did try to balance out the disgust that I have for the map that you're seeing now, Operation Metro. I'm sorry, very sorry, but Operation Metro is not a Battlefield map. It just absolutely isn't. The fact that they even removed the LAV, even though it wasn't even that useful back during Alpha, I mean, I'm sorry, this map can be best described as the abortion of COD in Medal of Honors, baby. That's all I've really got to say about this map. I will be trying very hard not to play it on Rush when it comes to release. Maybe Conquest and Team Deathmatch and Squad Deathmatch will be better on this map. I don't know, but Rush, it's going to be something weird to catch me playing Operation Metro on Rush after this game releases. But Caspian, oh, I could play that map for hours. I have played that map for hours, actually. So that was a Battlefield 3 game. And I think that if that could have been their first impressions, if that could have been their hello world across all the platforms, you know, we'd be walking out of here with a much different overall experience. I think people would be happier, they would be more satisfied. I think you would see different reactions coming from the different groups, which I find is interesting. A lot of the Call of Duty guys liked Metro. Battlefield guys didn't. Was that intentional? Do you think they intentionally wanted the public beta to be a more COD-friendly setup? Because if you look at this, if a COD player played Battlefield 3's beta for the first time, and he's thinking, hey, this is kind of like COD, you know, close quarters, fast action, really quick deaths. But if they're viewing what Battlefield 3 is going to be like off of how Metro played, they're going to be very disappointed come retail. Because the damage bug has been fixed. It takes considerably more ammunition to kill somebody. It's more of a Bad Company 2 feel where a gunfight is not over in the blink of an eye. If you take bullets, you can react. You can come back from it. You can turn it around and get the win in a firefight. You know, it is not those instant deaths. And so when you couple that with the people dying slower and all those COD-friendly or COD pro people that loved Metro, they might not be sharing that same enthusiasm when they're in Caspian Border being chased down by 2 tanks while a jet and a helicopter circle over their heads trying to bomb them, you know? They could be almost in store for a little bit of a bait and switch, you know, come release of Battlefield 3. But this has been my opinion. This has been what I thought of a colossal missed opportunity. This really could have been a home run, but at the end of the day, I bet DICE and EA wish they had a do-over on this one. What do you guys think? Be sure to let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, thumbs that bitch up. Take care, guys.